Alright guys, we are back with our Dallas Stars GM mode and we're getting ready to start free agency here. Now before I do this, I do want to make a little trade with somebody. As I was telling you guys in the last episode, last GM mode, I was considering trading Jeff Petrie, and I actually just cannot believe that this idea slipped my mind. Why don't I am going to I think I am going to trade him, and I think you guys would definitely agree with trading Jeff Petrie to a team like this, even though it is to the same conference, whatever. I still think it would be good to trade him to the team that is stacked up in defensemen, the Phoenix Coyotes. And the two guys which I'm thinking about trading him for would either be David Rumblad or Brandon Gormley. So let's take a look at both of these guys. They're pretty much evenly matched. Runblad's 24 with 3 years left on his contract at 3.7. Gormley is 23 with 2 years left on his deal at 2.8. And if we take a look at both of these guys, Rumblad has the 4 gold star potential, which means he could still get better, and Gormley has the 4.5 red star potential. So let's take a look at both of these guys. So David Rumblad, we know what this guy is all about from playing Phoenix so much in NHL 13 with the Philadelphia Flyers. We know what this guy's about. He can score some points. He definitely can rack on the points. He's a fast, skating, offensive defenseman. He's got a pretty good defensive category, good senses, not going to be taking penalties. 26 points, though, in 82 games. Not really the best for Rumblad. I was probably considering going after Brandon Gormley because his offensive category is pretty good still as well as a 5-star shooting category. He's very quick, not the most physical guy. He's pretty good puck skills mover, doesn't take that many penalties, has good offensive awareness, a pretty good defensive player with 85, 89, and 90, 85, 89, and 91 for defensive categories. And last year, had 82 games in the NHL, had 40 points with a plus 13, only 35 penalty minutes. I think we should definitely make a trade here for Brandon Gormley. So we'll put up him. Petrie actually outweighs Gormley by trade value by, let's see, end of the D. Just by a tiny, tiny bit. So I think we're not going to get a prospect, though, that's for sure. Unless they have a really 3.5-star guy, which they're not willing to trade away. Schlemko, nah, we don't need Schlemko. Any prospect that you guys have that's really, really low trade value that I can maybe just take off your hands that you probably wouldn't use? They have this Zadril guy and Samuelson, who's 21, 64 overall. They have this Chris Brown guy as well. It's 74 overall, 24 years old, 1 year left. Two-way deal. What's this guy's deal? He's 3.5 gold stars. Power forward. Yeah, why not? Let's see if we can maybe take this guy off their hands. So Gormley and Chris Brown, who's actually considered he's considered a 4th liner though. I don't want to start him. Solnier, Alan Solnier. I don't even know. That might outweigh it a little bit, so let me throw in something I really don't need. Hoare, no, we're keeping him. Kosmachuk, we're keeping. Draft picks, we're gonna be fine for draft picks. Rookie skaters, everybody's staying on this. That's there. Goaltenders, we have a lot of freaking goaltenders. Let's trade away some of these unsigned guys that we don't need, that they're not going to add onto our thing whatsoever. Is there any other unsigned guys which we do not need? Oh yeah, this Mallet guy, Trent Mallet, that we don't really need. And let's see, maybe we can trade away another one of these AHL guys as well. We'll give them Connaughton. Why not? I don't really think I'm going to use Kevin Connaughton. Alright, so why don't we do that? So Jeff Petrie and a bunch of nobody names and prospects for basically Brandon Gormley and Alan Solnier, whatever. Will this go through? No, but the value of this instance is not sufficient. Alright, so they need something with some trade value. Whoops, there's a glitch. There you go, giving me my thingies there. Guess we need a draft pick for next year. Well, technically not. Um, no, let's. Yeah, you know what? Screw this idea. Screw that idea with all the prospects. We'll just do a straight one up for one trade. We don't need prospects or anything like that. We'll just do a straight up trade. Petrie for Gormley. Do a straight up trade. Jeff Petrie, top 4 for Brandon Gormley. Top 4, basically the same person. I mean, I think Gormley has better stats than Petrie does. 87, 87, 89. 87, 87, 89. 85, 89, 91. Yeah, Gormley's a much better defensive player than he is. Petrie, I don't think has a much better. No, Petrie's offensive category sucks compared to what Gormley's is. Skating is almost just as good. Yeah, Gormley is a much better player than Petrie is. So just do a straight up trade here. Jeff Petrie for Brandon Gormley. Will this one go through? Yes, it will. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Phoenix Coyotes, and we consider it a done deal. So there we go. We save some salary, and we basically get a much better defenseman than Jeff Petrie. And welcome to the team, Brandon Gormley. And that helps out our offensive side on defense, too. So now we got Nick Leddy added to the team, as well as Brandon Gormley to help get some more offense on the defensive side of the ice. So nicely going there. Now let's work, and we freed up some salary cap room now, so we have $18.4 million to work with, which we're going to need it. Now let's get to the big question here, and let's go after this guy. Let's go after Patrick Kane. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to need to go after Patrick Kane. All right, so he wants 5 years, 8.8. We're going to have to obviously outbid Tampa Bay and the Vancouver Canucks, so we're going to have to bid him up to about... I'm going to guess maybe like 9.5. I think maybe we could get him for. I think 9.5 would be enough to get Patrick Kane for 5 years. Now, 4, 6, yep, 5, yeah, 5 years is definitely, 5 years is definitely the money for Patrick Kane that he wants. 8.84 for Patrick Kane. I think we can get him if we get him up to 9.5 mil. I think that hopefully should be enough to get Patrick Kane on our team. So I'm going to send him that 9.5 mil to Patrick Kane, and I'm also going to send a try and attempt to sign Carl Hagelin as well. So he wants 3 years at 4.6. Yeah, New York Islanders and St. Louis are interested in him. I'll give him 5 mil. So basically 10 and 5, that eats up about 15 mil worth of our salary, and that will leave us with about 3 mil extra to work with, which should be fine and dandy. I think we should be good. So if we can get Carl Hagelin, that'll be a great second line addition to this team. I'll extend him a little bit, 5.2, just to definitely make sure that we can get Carl Hagelin. We have the salary cap wiggle room to work with. Let's try to get Carl Hagelin, because he'll be a good second liner to keep on our team for those 3 years to come. So that would be good if we can get Carl Hagelin. So 5.2 mil for Carl Hagelin. We'll see if we can get those big guys, and then we'll just wait for the extras after to see what happens with those 2 guys. We'll see what happens, how much money we have left, and see if we can sign any other depth players if we need any. All right, so let's simulate up a day here. See if Hagelin and Patrick Kane accept these deals. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, Kane. Come on, Hagelin. Join the Dallas Stars, baby. Up. Come on, baby. Come on. And there we go. Patrick Kane. I was extremely happy to accept your offer. Your cash offer was most generous. It was really quite easy to make up my mind about your offer. So welcome to the team. Patrick Kane and Carl Hagelin both accepted our offer. So the Dallas Stars come in out of nowhere and snag up the top 2 forward free agents available in free agency. And there we go. Hockey analysis on the message board. There we go. Carl Hagelin has just signed, but with who, you ask? Dallas. Breaking news. Congratulations, Dallas. Patrick Kane has just become the newest member of the Stars # free agency. There we go. So we get Patrick Kane and Carl Hagelin to join the Dallas Stars team. What 2 big free agency pickups. So now if we take a look at our forward combination, our first line is going to look like Patrick Kane, Tyler Seguin, and Jonathan Huberdeau. Holy smokes, dude. What a freaking first line that's going to be. Absolutely crazy first line. So that's our first line. Second line now is going to be looking like Carl Hagelin, Vladimir Tarasenko, and I think Cody Eakin on that second line. Would like to get a better second line center than Eakin, but like I said, I'm giving Eakin the chance, hoping that he jumps this year. Hoping Hagelin and Tarasenko could definitely help him out, because now we have a two-way playmaker sniper combination on that second line to help us out. So that definitely should be good. Third line now is going to be, I think, it may be Stoll. Yeah, it's probably going to be Jarrett Stoll, Ferguson, and probably Alex Chasen. Now, Chasen is a fourth liner, probably. How many forwards do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I'll count Panic. 11, 12. Yeah, so we do have 12. So we may have to use Panic this year, unfortunately, but still, who knows? He could get a jump at the end of free agency. Who knows? He could possibly maybe jump back up to an 80. You don't know, but so we'll have to see about Panic. I would love to keep Panic on this team because it would give us some depth goal scoring, whatever, but we'll have to see. So there's our forwards, all 12 forwards that we have on this team that we need. And for defense, Daly, Gormley, Goligoski, Letty, Dillon, and Alexiak. Looking good. Definitely looking good on the defensive side now. Much better. I like the additions of Nick Letty and Gormley to help out Alex Goligoski. Definitely get some goal scoring on the back end of this defense because we need it. So now we have a two-way in Gormley, two offensive guys in Letty, and three defensive defensemen in Daly, Dillon, and Alexiak. So I'm liking it. Goaltending, I'm definitely liking it with Kari Lehtinen and Eddie Lack. And I think we're done. I don't think we need any more depth players. I think I probably should sign somebody to see if any other people are available. I apparently do have 5.4 mil to work with. Another depth forward would not be bad. So we'll have to see who is available still. Metzinen, LeBlanc, Nate Thompson, depth forward. How many people do I have signed under contract? 46. I can sign a couple free agents if there's any available with good star potential. Okay, let's see. Forwards. Morin. Zach BOJoeKO is technically considered a depth forward. Does he want a two-way? No, he wants a one-way. Anders Lee. Yep. Kenny Ross. Brad Ross. That was Kenny Ryan. Brad Ross. Joachim Anderson, LeBlanc, Drew LeBlanc, fourth liner, Nolan, Jordan Nolan. Okay, so nothing really good that we can pick up there. Morin doesn't really want that much for a fourth liner, but he's a sniper, actually. Wow. I didn't know he was a sniper. Yeah, he's not really doing so well, so he could probably drop. Any other defensemen, depth-wise? I think we're fine depth-wise for defensemen. Yeah, McQuaid is actually the top guy for defense, so that's nothing we have to worry about there. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we can run with this team into free agency. So let's get out of free agency, get to the start of the preseason, and see how the team looks, who gets the jumps, where do they get the jumps at. Okay, so we'll definitely fast forward through all this. I think we definitely made some right moves in definitely the right direction for the Dallas Stars. I think we're a much better team this year, a 10 times better team this year, especially with the additions of Carl Hagelin and Patrick Kane on our line. Definitely. We have a much better first-line sniper now. Screw you, Jamie Benn. Patrick Kane is a much better player than you will ever freaking be. It'll be interesting to see, too. We'll check that out, see how what Jamie Benn looks like on the Chicago Blackhawks, see if he changed at all whatsoever. So get out of free agency, get to the start of the preseason, possibly edit our lines in this video, depending on how much time we're running at. Probably not. We'll do edit lines and start this first couple things of simulation in the next video. But I just want to get out of free agency here and check out everybody's overall and see if our guys stayed the same, anybody had a jump or whatnot. We'll have to check it all out. We'll have to check it out. Alright, so let's get up to, let's keep simulating here. Keep simulating until I get a stoppage here, and then I'll stop at like the first game of the preseason. Everybody's saying Ryan Miller is Upon the trade block, you're ending year 3 of the Dallas Stars. This is your last year. I'll be paying attention to what you do consider renewal 44. He wants 44 wins this year. Okay, so Scout wants to get put out. Let's see who's looking like they are good this year. Okay, I think this is now when we start getting guys from all over the place. Yeah, see, so there's like some top fives in all the different leagues now. It's not just the CHL and places like that. There's 2 top 10 guys in Russia for forwards. That wouldn't be half bad to pick up. WHL, yeah, still got the first rounders in there. QMJHL does not look good at all this year, so we can skip that. Let's go to Russia. Let's scout those 2 top 10 guys in the Russian league. So Kevasha, and Markov. We'll scout these guys for 6 weeks. Get those guys done and did. And yeah, let's simulate up to the first preseason game up against the Minnesota Wild. And now we will check it out. Everything, what we're looking like. All right, so contracts. Check out everybody's overall. Okay, so we'll check out forwards. Overall, okay, so Patrick Kane, this guy still stayed at a 90 overall, so that's good for us. This guy's going to be a stud this year. That offensive category looks great. Deking's amazing. This guy is going to work, hopefully going to work really, really well with Jonathan Huberdeau and Tyler Seguin. I mean, Seguin's stats are almost as good as Patrick Kane's, and Huberdeau's stats are almost as good as Patrick Kane's. So we have really two really good playmakers that are going to be working with Kane. If they can just give Kane the puck, Kane's going to snipe it every time. There should be no problem with goal scoring this year whatsoever. Hagelin leveled off at an 85, so that's not bad. 5.2 mil for him for the next couple years with Carl Hagelin. He's got a good offensive category as well. Definitely going to help out that second line scoring as well. He's a quickster, very quick guy. 53 points. If he can get that this year, that'll be good. Tarasenko, I'm looking for a bit more out of you this year. I want your goal scoring to get up there. He did have 50 points, which is pretty good for a second liner. I want to get around 60, but that's what I'm going to be looking for Tarasenko out of him this year. Definitely going to be looking for 60 points out of Vladimir Tarasenko, and hopefully Hagelin can help him out a good bit. And same thing with Eakin. So he stayed at 82. Stoll stayed at 82 as well. Chasen, okay, so Chasen and Panic, look at that. Chasen and Panic both moved back up to an 80. So Chasen was like 78 overall, and he moved back up to an 80, so that's nice. So Alex Chasen moves back up to an 80 overall, and yeah, he'll probably be 3rd or 4th line, depending on where we put him. Same thing with Panic. Panic moved back up to an 80, so I think he is probably going to be a 3rd line scorer this year. So maybe we can get some more depth goal scoring now with Panic on the 3rd line. Okay, so Peverly 80, Roussel 79 still, and then we have Faxa up here for some odd reason. Because who's down there? Ferguson. Yeah, we just need to call up Alex Ferguson, Austin Ferguson, and that's it. And then we can send Faxa back down. Okay, so we're looking good there for forwards. That is 12 forwards, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, with Faxa, and then we switch him with Ferguson. And Ferguson did stay at 79 overall. So I'm definitely interested to see what this guy is going to do this year, Austin Ferguson. 79 overall, like I said, he has a really good shot, good defensive category. Maybe putting him on the penalty kill. We'll have to see. Definitely, I would want to put him on the penalty kill. Okay, so there's our forward lineups. Defense, Gormley is an 85 overall, so he actually jumped up to an 85. I think he was an 84 when we traded him, so he goes up to an 85 overall, so that's nice that we got Brandon Gormley now as our top new defenseman. Still don't have a top 2, but he could maybe turn out to that top 2 that we want if he progresses pretty well this year. So Gormley and Daly, Goligoski, Nicoletti, Dillon, and Alexiak. So Alexiak bumped up back up to an 80, so that's nice. So we now have, disconnected my controller for a minute. So now we have all defensemen that are over 80 overall, which is nice. And goaltending, okay, so Kari Lehtinen, 86. Eddie Lack still stayed at 83. Jack Campbell is up here for some odd reason because he is on a one-way deal. We'll maybe have to send him back down to the minors, see what it looks, see how they're looking down there. So let's check out the minors as we stand. And I'll just sort it by potential. I'll sort it by overall. Why not? So Ferguson, yep, he'll get called up. Eric Wellwood, 76. Dick Ritchie, 75. Yep, Radula, Brett Ritchie, Kosmachuk, Stransky, Winther, Sutter, Borg, Stephenson, Volk, Dickinson. Yep. Okay. Defense, sorted by overall. And ooh, would you look at that? Now that's interesting. So Chad Rwundle and Brandon Berlon are both 79 overall. So they're probably both top 6 defensemen, NHL ready defensemen. More than likely they are top 6 guys, but unfortunately we don't need it. There'll be good depth if we go into the playoffs. I might turn injuries back on for this playoffs. We'll have to see, but they're going to get starting time in the minors because they still have one more year of progression. They're still 25 years old. They still have one more year in them to get better. So Nemeth, 76, Connaughton, yep, Blacker, Krug, Levy, Vance, Hoare, and Hutchinson will be getting their first start in the AHL as well. Goaltenders, Dansk is a 78 overall. Okay, so I think we should definitely start Oscar Dansk over Jack Campbell. We'll still give them swap starts in the AHL because I still want both of them to get pretty good, but I think we should play Oscar Dansk more than Jack Campbell in the AHL this year. So I'll have to send down Jack Campbell if I can. I don't think he'll have to pass. Does he have to pass waivers? Jack Campbell does not need to have to pass waivers. Okay, so he's not waiver eligible, so we can send him down, which is good. Faxa should not be waiver eligible as well. No, he's not. Is Ferguson? Nope. No. Okay, so we can move around those guys pretty easily. Okay, so it looks like everything turned out for the better for the player progressions. Nobody lost any overalls. Everybody gained a couple overalls, especially some of our defensemen and forwards. So I think we should be good going up into this year. So I don't know, guys. I think we are a 10 times better team last year than this year. I think we definitely should be making a run for the playoffs, no doubt this year. No doubt I think we should maybe be making a playoff run. So thanks guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe as always. And next time, we will get started with the Year 3 simulation with the new look Dallas Stars with Patrick Kane, Carl Hagelin, Nicoletti, and Brandon Gormley. Not Brandon Gormley. Yeah, Brandon Gormley in the lineup for the Dallas Stars. Let's see if we can tear it up this year.